the Daft Hunks.
Back for another episode. This is Nancy Sinatra, Lee Hazelwood, Some Velvet Morning.
Some Velvet Morning, huh?
And today we're talking about some Velvet bands.
We're talking about some Velvet bands on this Velvet afternoon.
Absolutely. Is it a Velvet afternoon? Shout out Nancy Sinatra, Lee Hazelwood.
Period.
Big fan.
Yeah. What's the album we're talking today, Tucker?
Yeah, so today we're talking about the Velvet Underground and Nico.
That one.
5th anniversary.
55 years ago,
edition.
back in 1967, the Velvet Underground and Nico dropped this album. And now here, 55 years later, we're joined by a guest.
We have a guest. 2 episodes in a row.
2 episodes in a row. I know. We took like 8 months off from having a guest, but
we have Velvet Underground fan, Nico researcher,
but also critic. Yeah, you
gotta pull the criticism.
Well, usually on this podcast, Tucker and I will just blindly support anything you play for us. And so we brought someone here that maybe will bring a different perspective.
This is Abbey Foster.
Welcome to the podcast, Abbey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our last guest said it was an honor to be on. Do you concur?
It's all right.
So, okay.
It's a good thing to be
good
a part
enough.
of.
Okay, sure. We'll take it.
It's a good thing to be a part of. Some inside info. This doesn't really matter, but Abbey was on an ep that got lost, so there's some resentment there.
Yeah,
but
anyone who's been on this podcast should hold resentment towards us.
I mean, why wouldn't they? You guys are so.
Just wait.
Yeah, the shit that we do off camera to our guests. We're like Ellen.
Hardcore hazing.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're gonna cancel Velvet Underground today, just wait. 5 years from now, we'll be canceled.
Oh yeah.
That we,
I would want nothing less.
I can't wait to cancel Black Country New Road. Honestly, it's gonna be so much fun to dig into that. I was just crying over that album this morning. Don't you dare.
Concord, I love you. Don't text me till winter.
Started the day with the place where you inserted the blade.
Yeah.
Show me the place where you insert.
Did you listen to any Blade after or no?
Do you know Blade?
I know.
Okay,
you don't know Hotel Breakfast?
I feel like you would like Blade.
I'm sure I would.
You might like Blade.
That's been my overall impression.
Do you know
of the
Drain
internet.
Gang?
I think I do know Drain Gang.
Yeah, Blade is Drain Gang.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say
I'll look into it.
We'll mention that, but the audience for this is not interested in Drain Gang. Let's get into the Velvet Underground and Nico.
Yeah. Thanks again to Nancy and Lee for coming through and doing this intro for
Period.
us.
And it's a very fitting, especially with the first track off of the Velvet Underground and Nico, which is Sunday Morning.
Absolutely.
That we're a whole different morning.
This is all calculated. This actually came after. This was 1968.
1968. Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, Sunday Morning, guys. You guys know it. Got this little lullaby.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. This is one of the cuter songs out there.
On another Lost Ep, I famously said on this podcast that every Sunday I listen to Sunday by Frank Ocean and Earl Sweatshirt, and I start off every Sunday morning that way, genuinely for the most part.
You know, that's a pretty good idea. I think they should start prescribing that.
They should start. It's like medicine, basically.
Yeah.
No, it's one of Frank's best verses, though. I'm just gonna say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are the top Sunday songs? I knew you would bring that one up.
Yeah, and I just think I've been doing it wrong this whole time. This is the most pleasant way to begin a morning.
Yeah.
This song is so pretty.
There's Sunday Bloody Sunday by U2.
I could do that one.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah. Maybe should I do my Mondays with Blue Monday by New Order?
Blue Monday. If you're not shaking your ass.
If you're not shaking your ass right out of bed in the morning.
You're starting the week wrong.
Absolutely.
My favorite tidbit about this song is that apparently it was not originally part of this album at all until they were forced to make something poppy to put on the album, to play on the radio that the label made them.
Yeah, it definitely is quite different than a lot of the record to come.
They did a great job. This song is pristinely beautiful.
Yeah.
This would be on your grandma's radio. She's cleaning the kitchen in the morning.
Yeah, Tucker famously just ignored a call from his grandmother as we started the podcast.
You know, we visited his grandma, and she actually asked me to ask him to answer more phone calls.
Oh shit!
I know, so sad.
Yeah,
we talked. Yeah. She's a big music fan.
Joplin head.
She likes Joplin.
Yeah.
She likes. We talk about Joplin. She likes the Mamas and Papas.
Mamas and Papas. We've been talking a lot about Mama Cass recently.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yes.
But no, this.
The world's behind you. There's always someone around who you will call. It's nothing at all.
Easy going.
Yeah.
It's just a chillax
Lou
vibe.
sounds really, really good.
He sounds great. This is pre-shoegaze is kind of what the vibes on these tracks are to me. I did rewatch the Velvet Underground documentary this morning.
Good.
And I think my favorite part of it is the first 30 minutes where we're learning about John Cale and Lou Reed's upbringing.
That's the only part I've seen.
Yeah, that was the most interesting part. Yeah. But one of my favorite quotes of it was from Jonathan Richmond of the Modern Lovers.
Uh-huh.
It was one of our favorite, and he's like, you're combining the droniness of John Cale with the songwriting and the edginess vocals of Lou Reed, and it just makes something beautiful.
I think we've said John Richmond is the fifth Beatle of the Velvet Underground. I think for sure. I think certainly.
Oh God.
You like John Richmond?
Sure.
Okay.
I saw it. Yeah, the one Jonathan Richmond concert I went to was like it was a beautiful. It was the only ever lights on concert I've ever been at.
This was like a 70-year-old John Richmond.
He's like 75 years old.
Do it like just acoustic.
Yeah, and he was playing his songs, but he clearly didn't know the words to any of them, so he was just making up words on the spot.
And that's the best way to do it sometimes.
It was sick,
like,
He was kind of like Jack White, actually, in that he was very strict about the no phone policy, and that
I'll do it.
He would stop if
for
we.
John, I'll do it.
Yeah, for any John.
Any John. All right, let's go to track 2. I'm waiting for the man. I recently saw a YouTube video recommended of David Bowie and Lou Reed playing this in like this 80s maybe. I don't know. Lou Reed was jacked. That's all I. That's the main thing.
Whatever period of time that Lou Reed was not doing
and they
heroin.
Were like, I recommend the video. They were having a really good time.
Hell yeah.
I gotta look up jacked.
Jacked Lou Reed is something that doesn't add up quite in my brain.
Jacked Lou Reed 80s.
I'm waiting for my
everyone at home. Look that up.
I was jamming out to this on my way to Best Buy earlier to get this microphone. I love the imagery of it. I'm waiting for my man on the corner with $26 in my hand.
Up at Lexington and 125th.
Yes. Feels sick and dirty, more dead than alive. It's so sick.
Hey, white boy, what you doing uptown?
What you doing uptown?
Sick and dirty. I wouldn't,
67.
maybe not super jacked.
Yeah, how jacked is he?
Moderately.
Yeah, moderately.
As jacked as he gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the leather jacket definitely improves it.
Yeah, when you do heroin, you know.
Yeah,
you
it
tend not to be jacked.
That's true.
But by the 80s, I think he was doing a little better.
Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely kind of jacked there. That's
jacked.
fair.
Yeah, he was
like
relaxed.
Moderately jacked. Yeah.
On that version, they also just do like, I don't know, really interesting things with the guitar tone.
Oh yeah.
It just like it sounds crazy. I don't know.
This is one of my favorites though. Off
yeah,
the
absolutely.
It's just like the like I was saying with like the drone of John Cale, that guitar, that same like riff just keeps going the whole time. Just
it
a
is
song about buying drugs on the corner. What else can you want?
It does make you feel angsty.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Extra hats.
That classic Lou
That
Reed.
classic Lou Reed stutter. Is that what that is?
Oh yeah, just theatrics. Really.
The stammer, embellishment.
Andy Warhol was onto something. I don't know the ins and outs, but like, as you said, the combination of Lou Reed being gritty and John Cale in the background just doing weird shit.
Yeah, and Andy Warhol is
classic Motown.
A very interesting figure in for the Velvet Underground.
Yes.
It seemed like he was like the one that was putting them on and like giving them shows to do, but the shows he was giving them was like, this is another tidbit from the doc.
Yeah.
They were playing like art houses. Like they were like, he would like take them to art exhibits as like an art piece.
No, it's
like,
strange.
It's insanity.
That's peak performance art right there. Tilda Swinton would love that.
Yes. And they're like
beginning of like, I don't know, just like the pretentious like artists like, I think rock could be art too.
Yes.
Like I don't know, that part kind of bugs me, but like it works, and like I don't know. I think it's also interesting. I think in that doc Lou said he made more money like making $1 on the radio than he ever made.
$2 on the radio. Yeah. The Velvet Underground. They weren't even. I mean, they had fans obviously.
Yeah.
In New York, but they weren't like a popular band at the time.
It's something very interesting. I mean, I think it's like almost cliche. I hear people say that all the time, like. They weren't popular, but they made everyone want to start a band or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like it is like the basis of a lot of different sounds that we hear, like in other like alternative, like grunge, shoegaze,
no, 100%.
Like
I do wonder like at what point that happened.
Yeah.
Like I don't. It's
the interesting thing, I brought the Mothers of Invention poster today for this reason. The Mothers of Invention were literally their ops.
Really?
They hated hippies. They hated hippies.
So
the Mothers of Invention was not.
Pure hippie shit.
That was too much hippies. They're not not a flower power band.
Oh my god.
That's like the antithesis. That's why the Velvet Underground wasn't popular.
Yeah.
And like we talked about in the Doors app, they're sort of aligned with the Doors in that way, because like
I think so too. Yeah, it's like more
anti-hippie
sound.
A dirty sound.
It's a dirty, grungy sound.
Yeah,
exactly.
And like now, like I don't know, people think of the Velvet Underground like it's like Wes Anderson core in some ways. Like
it's funny because their most listened to songs on Spotify are like Pale Blue Eyes, Sunday Morning, stuff off of like what's that album called?
VU or the Velvet Underground.
Loaded.
Oh yeah, Loaded. Yeah.
And that's like not the best Velvet Underground stuff. Like that, this album isn't like their most popular.
These people never even listen to White Heat.
Exactly. Like there's people who will know what's the last song off of Velvet Underground where it's just Mo Tucker.
Okay. So I do have a loose list.
Sandy Says or After Hours?
Fucking After Hours.
Oh,
like,
I mean
people
that.
will know After Hours, but they won't know White Light, White Heat.
Exactly.
What were you saying, Abby?
Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No,
I have a loose list of bands influenced by Velvet Underground.
Like,
I'd love to hear.
They've said.
Okay, U2.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Sunday Bloody Sunday, baby.
Sex Pistols. Oh.
Hell yeah. I mean, punk in general, like.
Yeah.
Joy Division. We've got Sonic Youth. Morrissey. Morrissey
We don't
said, I want to see Lou Reed by myself.
That's what Morrissey said?
Yeah.
That's classic.
Okay.
That's a classic.
Something
Fuck Morrissey.
REM, yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah,
well,
Talking
REM
Heads.
did do a cover of, I think, Sunday Morning that like was a hit. Like I think that brought it to attention.
I kind of want to hear that.
It pays
play that real
it
quick?
pays to know about REM, guys.
Tucker's a REM head, not only in his sleep.
That's
but
why I tried to skip over it. Yeah.
That's what really, yeah, it bothers you.
No. It's like we don't need to hear
If
about
it's not on
REM.
Spotify, it's okay. We can just continue with the album.
The Strokes.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
would
No,
love
I'm
that
sure-
one.
Never heard of them.
Julian is definitely
absolutely.
into the Velvet.
Just the whole like style choice, the aesthetic too, of the Strokes.
Yeah.
The gritty New York shit.
While we're chilling here, I am going to give a little plug for our other episode 69, to go check it out, where we did the coolest band of the 20th century. I'm not going to spoil it 100%, but the Velvet Underground,
they did really well.
Did very well. So if you like the
well.
Velvet Underground, we talked about them a lot on that episode as well.
I can't
and
find the REM.
63 other bands.
Absolutely. It's just one of those bands. I mean, we really stand by them as people. I mean, Abby we brought here today to kind of dispel some of that.
Let's get to this segment.
Or Abby, not even to do that, but Abby just had some thoughts.
I just have some feelings
This is
about,
femme fatale.
misogyny, racism,
Yes.
generalized abuse, and, the Velvet Underground, there's a reason that people didn't like them, I think.
I mean, if you're hanging out with Andy Warhol, that does say something.
I don't think people liked Andy Warhol much
People
either.
didn't,
No, he's
certainly
kind of
not.
But, that beside the point.
It's a beautiful song.
Nico famously is from Germany. Also, if you've seen
Nazi
any
vibes, Nazi vibes.
Nazi-esque, as reporters have said.
Yeah.
Yes. What was the
reported-
quote you said before the pod? Aryan tendencies? That
Aryan
someone was quoted as
tendencies.
saying that about.
An Aryan streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aryan Street.
And,
yeah, that's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
It's like
She looks very
I do
Aryan.
know.
a lot of it was just really like embellishment. I was reading an article that said she accused somebody of assaulting her that was black, and that was her like explanation for racism. Never happened. She like claimed to have had this guy executed. No records of it.
What?
Like super fucked up
Different
shit.
time.
Like
we don't condone Nico. In general, we don't condone misogyny, of course.
No.
Lou Reed.
Well, that one, yeah.
And just
I
like,
do know,
you know,
even Nico's
anti-Semitic.
inclusion in the band is kind of like the Velvet Underground didn't like want her.
No,
in
she's
the
not
band.
a part of the band.
Yeah,
exactly.
She like was only included because Andy Warhol wanted a pretty girl to put up on the stage
Yes,
with
exactly
them.
that.
And in the end, like she did combine to make good art with them.
Yeah.
Like her voice definitely is something
It
beautiful
adds to
on
it,
here.
yeah.
She was just a voice like unlike any other. I mean, just a beautiful voice. But
It's got like that deep
it's
trembling
fair.
to it,
You know, just-
it tells a story
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
outside
it's
of the
special,
lyrics.
yeah.
It's very special.
It is, but we can't ignore these things.
No, it's
and like
cool.
Lou Reed,
Agreed.
famously other members of the band.
Look, to be on heroin
You know?
in New York in the 50s, not the 50s, the 60s, and just, I guarantee some troubling shit was going down.
Yeah.
I
It's all
guarantee-
part of it.
No one's gonna make the claim that Lou Reed's was a fantastic man. Like he's not
Yeah.
he's not a good
Yeah.
like a great guy. He's a fucked up individual,
Yeah.
but also like
He's from Staten Island, man.
Oh my god.
I think he's
Pete
from
Davidson.
Long Island.
Is it Long Island?
I believe so.
I think it's Long Island.
Yeah.
I know he's from
Sorry.
Staten Island. I don't
Speaking of,
know.
do you guys know Pete Davidson's going to space?
For sure.
Finally.
Him and Elon
I'm-
are going to space together.
That's-
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's also he's starting a TV show that's like going to be Curb Your Enthusiasm-esque with him playing himself.
Like when are the
that.
sim controllers of this game gonna like just fucking like this is
Like,
so
stop.
deep.
This is Venus in first.
Yeah,
we kind of skipped over Femme
We skipped
Fatale,
over Femme
but
Fatale, but it fit the conversation a bit.
Yeah.
truly,
Femme
I just
Fatale's a
think
solid song.
it's a beautiful song. I mean, it's kind of got that After Hours vibe.
I love the chorus. Yeah, the harmonies in the chorus. She's a femme fatale.
Yeah, the
it's so like
harmonies.
She's
60s
just a
Yeah.
little
Beatles.
dreams.
Everybody knows.
You know,
I mean, it's a good
riddled with misogyny, but
I like that. I mean, it's a fun
swing and
image.
dance to
it's
it.
A fun image.
Of the femme fatale.
The femme fatale. It's a classic.
Like
a
noir.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
painting an aesthetic in your mind
as
they're performing.
Yeah, we might have to run Venus in First back at the beginning. I really like how this song comes in.
This is like some wacky shit.
Yeah, I don't know what this gives me like Norwegian
Sitar
Vikings
almost,
vibes.
I was gonna say George Harrison type.
Okay, sure.
Type beat.
This is pre whatever that album is called that we talk about all the time.
Oasis. No,
Wonderwall music.
Oh my God.
Oasis. Shiny boots of leather. Whiplash, girl child in the dark.
Just like this song playing over like black and white 60s Velvet Underground footage just makes sense.
We're smoking opium. Like,
they're smoking disgusting shit.
They're living in an indie
It's just
movie.
like trash on the ground of New York.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the documentary again was John Cale when he described when he first got to New York. He was like astounded by how gross it was. It was like he had no clue.
Those were the golden days of New York.
Like he needed to. He had like a whole fucked up childhood where his parents were like abandoned him basically.
I remember this,
And then like he needed to escape, and he went to New York. He's like, this is the grossest place ever.
Yeah.
But he stayed there.
And he was like,
music.
I don't know, like he like a classically like trained musician too.
Yeah,
like,
he learned the viola as a kid.
Yeah. Went on to make albums with Brian Eno.
Yes, of course.
Shout out.
Brian Eno is a big Velvet Underground guy as well.
That he was in the list, believe it or not.
Oh,
There you
yes.
go. Yeah. I bet the Roxy music.
Roxy
that
Music.
that album is next month. Is the
Roxy. We'll do Roxy.
45th anniversary of the Roxy Music subtitle.
10 years apart. Interesting.
It's nice.
I am weary.
Severin.
I could sleep for 1,000 years. 1,000 dreams that would awake me. Different colors made of tears.
Jesus.
You know that man's on drugs when he's writing this shit.
He's in it heavy. And you know what? We have to thank Heroin because I think without Heroin we wouldn't have so many different.
There you go. Yeah, that's one perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a specific sound. It's the sound of 60s Heroin.
Of like just slow. Yeah, you could almost call this shit slowcore.
I mean, this is like almost like epic like fantasy music.
It really is.
Like war music.
Yeah, and the writing is so just like out there. Like it's really not clear what he's saying, but
no, I think this is. I don't know. This reminds me of like some Nirvana, honestly.
Okay, hell
like deep cuts, just like I don't know.
Hazy guitar tones.
Yeah. It puts you in that like headspace very clearly without having to say it fully.
Yeah. No, I find it really interesting that a lot of these songs were like poems before they were ever like made into songs. I know Heroin for one. I think this song as well, and that definitely comes across because he does just kind of speak it.
That was such the era. I mean, I recommend the Patti Smith book. Just kids. That was the era of everyone was like, I'm a poet.
I'm a poet and a rocker.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be like that though. I wish I
like
longed
that.
for that.
Yeah, you don't think
I
what
mean,
like the Strokes aren't writing poetry. 1251 isn't. That's not a. It's not a poem.
They didn't write that on the back of a napkin while doing heroin.
Talk to me now. I
recommend just kids. You'll want to be a poor poet living in a hotel
living
in New York.
Disgusting 60s, 70s New York.
Yeah.
Very deep black circles under the eyes.
Exactly.
Just constantly
every morning
smelling like cigarettes.
There was the other day I woke up and I looked at myself in the mirror and I had the largest bags under my eyes that I've ever seen of anyone in human existence. I didn't do anything like crazy the night before or anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just a normal day. And I was like embarrassed to leave the house. But I had an exam, so I had to go.
God.
But I was like, I looked at myself, I'm like, why do I look like
they went away? Like it was just
I took a shower and I moisturized my face.
You forgot that you wore black eyeliner and
I actually went as I blacked out and all night I was the Batman. I was Robert Pattinson.
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson.
It happens.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Have
of
y'all
course.
hit the Batman yet?
Did you see it?
It's 3 hours long. I can't sit down for 3 hours.
It's really difficult to find a spot to fit 3 hours, and I've had plans 4 times though.
Okay.
But it's always just
I want to have seen it.
It'll be on streaming.
Yeah. What is at the bottom here? Sorry, go back to Venus. Like what did it say it's a reference to? What is Venus in Furs?
The song is named for and based on Leopold von Sacher-Masoch's 1870 novel Venus in Furs.
And see, this is just some like
Some
high
pretentious
class
ass.
UK
Yeah.
like.
Lou Reed did attend NYU for a year and a half.
He is an NYU body. Like that comes across.
If you go to NYU, the vast majority of horrible men love Lou Reed, I'm sure, at NYU.
That was my dream school.
Oh my God, you would have been a perfect NYU pretentious douchebag.
You literally would. It's a different route. Yeah.
But this is kind of.
Here's what was happening in the novel though, in which the male main character seeks to be enslaved by his fur-adorned lover.
I was about to say proto car seat head.
He's a furry.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I wonder what Timothy Chalamet thinks of Lou Reed.
I wonder.
Great question. I'm sure he has like a book at his house that's like maybe he hasn't read it, but like he has it there for like bitches.
Yeah, I don't know how Timothy feels, but Elio Perlman is a fan.
The character in Call Me By Your Name. I'm like, you have his last name, bro.
I think that's
Elio. I don't know. I don't think Elio's a fan.
Okay.
We don't have to like. This is not good podcast.
No,
discussion.
this is. There's a crossover.
Oh my God.
Like, I actually don't think the character would be a fan. I think Armie Hammer's character is more likely to be a fan.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Fair.
Elio's more tender about
All
it.
very first.
Yeah, I feel like he was like a young, like innocent boy.
Yeah, I wonder who spread more chlamydia. Timothy Chalamet or Lou Reed?
Yeah.
That is a question.
Never know.
That is a question.
Is that Timothy's definitely fucking, but is he spreading chlamydia?
He like spread record levels of chlamydia at NYU. He was patient zero.
Oh.
I swear to God. It's
Some
really
things
rough.
never change.
A really rough stats.
Record numbers of chlamydia.
Yeah, that's all I know about NYU men.
Run, run, run. 5th track on the album here.
Teenage Mary said to Uncle Dave, "I sold my soul, I must be saved. I'm gonna take a walk down to Union Square." You never know who you're gonna find
there. I sold my soul. Must be. Teenage Mary said to Uncle Dave is such a sick way to start a song.
It is sad. Like Union Square now is literally like a Chase Bank. Like it's not. Like it's not.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna find anyone interesting there. Is what I'm trying to say.
I see. That's interesting.
It's a different thing.
55 years changes a lot about a city.
No, I mean it's been like half a century already.
It's actually
Believe
pretty
it or not,
ridiculous how long ago this was.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Like someone who's a Velvet Underground fan, like the vast majority of those are probably dead, right? Like,
I mean,
maybe they're
crazy.
very
Or
old.
just very old people. Yeah.
I mean, based on their they probably didn't live very long if you were ahead at that time.
I wonder what those people are like. Yeah.
Is
like
Andy Warhol still alive? I think so. Actually, my mom was just talking about a book he put out. He's definitely alive.
Is he really?
I'm pretty sure. He
that
might
guy
not
been
be
up
though.
to?
It might have been something from when he was dead.
Yeah. I heard your mom say that David Bowie played him in a movie about.
Oh really? Yeah. Movie. I'm not super knowledgeable on Andy Warhol. Maybe like we could legitimately have her get down here. I don't know if she wants like just talk about Andy Warhol because she's pretty knowledgeable.
We could.
We have a crazy Andy Warhol book that's like.
I've seen it.
It's this long for the for the audio only listeners if they are out there.
I have bad news.
It's this long.
I believe Andy Warhol died February 22nd of 1987.
Oh my God, we are so late to that.
He's still alive.
He just put out a book.
he did. Then someone released a book of his diaries, basically. That's what my mom was talking about.
I was just gonna we would know if he was alive. Like he'd be.
That's
doing
facts.
something.
You're so right. That's so funny. 87. I love just like. That's
absolutely incorrect.
We could get tons of clips of us on this podcast thinking people are dead.
Yeah.
I think it was like HIV/AIDS. Honestly, I don't know.
That could definitely.
87.
I mean, we talked about chlamydia seconds ago.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
what are you gonna do?
Back to run
do?
momentarily. One of my favorite choruses on the album here. This is like a. I mean, it still has.
Oh, look at beach guitar.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, it's so surfy. I'm sure they hated the Beach Boys, though.
I'm sure they did. This is ironic.
Yeah. It's in the same way that the Jesus and Mary Chain have the song Kill Surf City, which is a cover of Surf City by Jan and Dean, which is like a famous surf song. And they just covered it. It's like gothic as fuck and disgusting.
Hell yeah.
That's fun. Surf is dead, man.
Surf is dead. Yeah, I should have worn that. Fuck. No, yeah, this song rips though. It's kind of like kind of sounds like a surfy pop song in a way, but they're also just like doing shit.
I kind of want to be on a motorcycle.
Hell yeah.
Leather jacket.
Yeah. Lou Reed would have loved that imagery, I think.
Yeah, just because this came to my mind just now, I do have. We have to talk about Kanye every episode, obligatory. He like. Okay. You know the music video of him and Kim on the motorcycle for Bound 2?
Yeah.
In his most recent music video for Easy with the game, there's a clip of him on the motorcycle by himself.
Oh, Jesus, that's dark. That's really dark.
Divorced man shit
he
right
does
there.
he like also like he like makes Pete Davidson into a flower in the music video. It was really weird. It was really, really strange.
It's so pitiful.
Yeah.
No offense, Kanye.
If anyone who can reach Kanye hears this, please help him.
If you're still on this podcast,
Please.
Kanye.
Round 2 does connect to what we were saying earlier about Black Country New Road.
There you go. Yeah,
there's a connection. There's a connection. It's all connected.
I love each of the characters on this song. We got Seasick Sarah, Beardless Harry,
Yeah.
Teenage Mary, Beardless Harry,
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave.
I have
Seasick
an Uncle
Sarah.
Dave, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Where
You
was
know
he
any
in
Teenage Mary?
67?
Yeah, where was he?
I think he was
He was like getting
6
born.
years old.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
never know.
You never know. Yeah, those
Never know.
6-year-olds.
He could have been somebody's
Visionary.
uncle.
Let's go to all tomorrow's parties. I think
Which ones? How many parties?
all of tomorrow's parties.
Oh, we're hitting every
that's
single
a lot.
one.
Every single one.
Will there be heroin?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All of tomorrow's parties.
This album cover, I really
I think,
like
I don't know if you guys know the connection. I've told you about the Lou Reed High School. I love this song. The Lou Reed High School album, All Tomorrow's Dance Parties.
Oh,
I
yes,
think that's what this
we
is a
talked
reference
about
to.
that. We could cut to that real
We'll
quick
cut to
if
that.
you want to.
I want to show Abbey.
So he
You'll
wrote
hate
he wrote an album in high school?
Yes.
Yeah, Lou Reed was making music very early.
It's
he was
very-
like doing shows in New York at 13, 14.
It's
That's
very
crazy.
derivative, like doo-wop music, but it's good. I'm into it.
Yeah.
No wonder he was like a cynic by age, like
Yeah,
20
exactly.
something.
Yeah.
No, he was literally
Yeah.
he was playing like clubs when he was 14, like dirty, grungy clubs when he was 14 with his
Wow.
band.
This is a beautiful song. I'll cut back. I'll play one song off All Tomorrow's Dance Parties.
I do have one quote from the doc where they said, Lou Reed said, we had to keep changing our name every gig because we were pretty shit, so that we could get booked again by the same people. We would just change our name.
That's so funny.
That's funny. I'm into it.
Imagine
This is-
this is what they were listening to growing up, and
62
then
or something, or 50, maybe 50s.
I think definitely 50s.
Yeah,
It has to
yeah.
be. But
It's-
imagine this is what you listen to, and then you grow up to be the Velvet
This
Underground.
would like fry my brain. I
know.
would do something crazy
If all
too
music
about
sounded like this, yeah, I would need to find Chuck Berry, like,
Yeah.
somewhat.
No, in the doc, I remember he was like, it was gonna play on the radio, and then like they didn't play it or something.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
super sad.
Oh.
It was pretty sad.
Yeah, it was the wrong guy played it. The radio DJ was
Right,
sick that
something
day.
like that, yeah.
So Rando played it.
Poor little Lou Reed.
Shucks.
Wait,
That's
so
why he got such a chip on his shoulder.
yeah, what like band is this called? What,
The Jades.
the Jades. Yes, exactly. Like it's probably just some random name they came up with.
Yeah, I mean this is Lou Reed in high school. You can't see that.
It's not there. I mean, I'll throw it up there. What time is it? It's 28.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just good. It's fun that he made a song later to connect back to that sort of.
Yeah, all
Tomorrow's
tomorrow's
Parties.
Yeah. Skip
And
back.
I'll skip back.
Yeah.
Back to
I do really like this song.
This is also
It's classic Nico.
would you say this is your favorite of Velvet Underground song?
I don't know if I'd say that.
This is Andy Warhol's favorite, apparently.
Is it really?
That's what
I
it
am
says.
Andy Warhol. We were all gonna tag ourselves who was who in the
The
in the
Velvet
band.
Underground dichotomy. I'll take.
I think you're kind of giving a Lou Reed vibe
I
today.
think
kind of giving a jacked Lou Reed.
I'll be Lou and then you're John and then
I'll take John.
and
yeah.
obviously Abby's Nico. Like just based on
Just kind of based on your Aryan
just
streak.
based off your Aryan streak and other things.
You could be Andy if you want.
You
though.
could be Mo Tucker.
I'll be Andy. I prefer Andy to Nico,
You can be
to
like
honest.
Sterling Morrison, who's just like the
Actually,
third guitar guy.
Yeah, no, I'll be
pretty
the
chill.
Doors front man.
You'll be Jim Morrison.
I'll be Jim Morrison.
Yeah, in the
yeah.
Velvet Underground dichotomy, we're Lou, John, and Jim Morrison.
Exactly.
We're talking about this album. What were you telling me in the car ride over about? Like Nico and Jim Morrison would go for walks.
Oh
you, Jim
my
Morrison,
God.
would go for
Oh,
walks.
what?
Let me
And
pull
like
up-
just talk about
let me pull
poetry.
up
I was
the
like, that's an
notes.
incredible visual.
That's fascinating.
So it says
This kind
Jim
of gives me
Morrison
the
was
Pogues
her
vibe.
soul brother. The frontman of the Doors would take drugs and wander through the California desert. They studied the Romantic poets, particularly Shelley and Coleridge, and he encouraged Nico to record her dreams, the raw material of the unconscious, and refine them into
her
lyrics.
1,000 dreams that she'll have that night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Record your dreams, Nico.
You'll sleep for 1,000 hours, record 1,000 dreams.
Exactly.
That's
a dream an hour.
Vibe.
I wish I could be
That's
productive like that in
fascinating.
my dreams, honestly.
Yeah, that's such a Jim Morrison thing to say.
To be there with Jim, I just want to be a fly on the wall of that. But
What are y'all
also, it could be
talking
really
about?
boring. Like, I feel like, what the fuck is it? I don't know any of this shit.
Everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah. I just thought that was fun.
Yeah, very much.
Well, now I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What costume shall the poor girl wear to all tomorrow's parties?
A hand-me-down dress from who knows where.
Oh, that's a good answer.
This one just like, I think I said under my breath, but like the Pogues or something. Like just like it has that like Irish sort of jig
I think
type
so.
vibe. I don't know.
John Cale-esque Welsh.
It's a Welsh vibe.
Yeah, I don't really
It's fun.
understand, like, I mean, it's very simple what they're saying here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to wear to all tomorrow's parties?
She'll
What-
turn once more to Sunday's clown.
Sunday's clown and
What will
cry
she do
behind
with
the
Thursday's rags? Yeah.
Door. Huh.
So maybe it's like through the lens of like she doesn't have anything. Like
Oh.
everyone's excited about the
Oh,
party,
I think
but
that's
she's like has a lot of anxiety. So it's like,
What is she going to wear to tomorrow's party?
What
That's,
is
that's
she
like
going
a
to
tale
wear?
as old as time, honestly.
Yeah.
and like she's being socially impacted because of it. Because
Because Andy Warhol
Wants everything.
won't let you in if you're not dripped to hell.
Yeah. What's she gonna wear? Thursday's rags?
What's she gonna wear for Thursday's child is Sunday's clown. I've been saying that for years. Well,
What's a
Finally,
classic like
someone
Nico
said it.
fit? Like a pantsuit? Or,
yeah, I mean, famously, I think the Velvet Underground would go on stage in all black, and then
Okay.
and then Nico would be in like all white.
Okay.
Which
There was no signs of what.
okay, and here she's in a lot of black though. Actually.
I think I
I
see
think I always
her
picture her in a pantsuit.
actually wearing
I feel like this is a fit that looks about right. For
Yeah,
her. Like
yeah.
a big
Yeah.
belt and like tight pants,
And just
black
like-
jacket
jeans.
as well.
This is like pre emo. This is
Yeah.
like historic emo.
Yeah, none of them
It's
have
beautiful.
Robert Pattinson eyeliner.
Absolutely.
None of them do.
Ancient emo. Just
But-
pull up that band pic. I just want to see what everyone's
Heavy
kinda
blush
fitted.
on the cheeks,
Yeah.
white
Oh, this
beat
one?
face.
This is a classic one.
Yeah. Blue with a little striped white shirt.
Throw this one on the screen.
The
as well.
classic John Cale glasses.
Yeah, he looks like Mo Tucker, just like in the background. She's
Yeah.
just like she's just in her blue, like
No,
she's not
she's
even
chill.
trying to look cool at all. She's just
No.
herself.
Sterling
She did
looks
that
cool, though.
again.
Sterling looks fucking sick.
Supporting Trump.
Yeah, apparently.
A
Another
very
deep
fuck
cut.
you to surviving Mo Tucker. But,
Yeah.
that's why you don't look cool in the pic, babe. What can I say? I mean,
Looking real right wing in that pic. No.
Real-
I don't know. what the
I don't know.
meanwhile,
either, but
Nico's all
don't-
white wing. Am I right?
White it out.
White it out, bro.
Again, this is that same sort of Venus and Furs type, like
I love this
kind of
shit.
weird. No, it's incredible. It's very cinematic.
just jamming
I don't know,
out.
I don't know.
Yeah, another not to say something Mo Tucker said,
Yeah.
but on the documentary she was like, oftentimes John and Lou would just go off to nowhere land, and I'd be the one giving them a rhythm. So whenever they want to come back, I'm just there waiting. Just waiting. They'll go for
I
like
love it.
10, 15 minutes improvising
That's
bullshit.
A good drummer. That's a good drummer.
And she's just waiting like whenever
Yeah.
you guys are ready for me, I'm
I got-
just sitting here
I got
doing
you,
this.
I got you a beat.
I got you a beat to come back to the song we're
Yeah.
playing here.
All right, you guys ready for the classic Heroin?
It's time.
I don't know. I've
This
always
song
kind of
is
said.
genuinely very
Yeah, I think I've
This-
always said
this
this
is
is my
so
favorite.
I think I've said this is my favorite as well. There's something special about this
Yeah.
track. It's just so vivid in the songwriting and just like explosive.
It's like a
as well.
7-minute like short film. Like
I have
it's
I have a story associated with this of how I'm like a horrible person.
Sure, let's go.
I'm
Well,
not that bad.
say it
It
loud.
was just I remember distinctly. I was probably I don't know 3 or 4 years ago. I was coming home from all of tomorrow's parties basically
Sure.
with the crew in the car.
All of yesterday's parties.
All of yesterday's, all of tonight's parties.
Sure.
And one of my friends was needed to throw up.
Yeah.
And under my infinite wisdom, I put on Heroin by the Velvet Underground and blasted it in the car.
To make him throw up.
Just to like disrupt them. Just to
Okay,
like
okay.
being me. Like
Just classic.
What was on Aux prior to?
I mean, I was on Aux, so I'm sure it was crazy shit.
Sister Ray.
Like literally, I can't even imagine what was on Aux because I was the one on Aux. And I don't know when the decision came over me. Like we were just in a parking lot, and I put it on full blast until I like was demanded to
I don't
stop.
know if you should be telling us this.
I know. I'm gonna get canceled for this one.
Honestly,
I can tell you the person.
I can't defend you. Like,
the person who I did this to has accepted my apology.
That's good.
Okay, well, who are we to judge?
Yeah. And I tell you, things aren't quite the same.
The way it just
I'm
picks up,
rushed.
like, to exemplify the
as like
it getting high, like it's
works
just great.
perfectly with the lyrics that are happening too. Like as I put a spike into my veins, and it's like
feel just like Jesus
son,
Christ.
and then I don't know, and it cuts out.
And I just
It's
don't
like that
know.
Euphoria.
Yeah, it's like the show.
This has such Zendaya vibes.
Zendaya vibes.
I mean, yeah, who likes Lou Reed more, Zendaya or Timmy? Or Tom Holland?
Probably Timmy.
Yeah.
I can't see
Timmy.
Zendaya giving a fuck.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Zendaya doesn't know who Lou Reed is.
That's true.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
This is probably
love
my
this song.
favorite lyric on this song is I have made big decisions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to nullify my life.
Yeah.
And then it jumps right into when the blood begins to flow, when it shoots up the dropper's neck.
Yeah.
And I'm closing in on death.
I love, like, I'm gonna try for the kingdom if I can. I love that. And like
because it makes me feel like I'm a man.
it's a beautiful song. This is one of my top running songs too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
This is a good one. I'm huge. How do you speed up and slow down with the song?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like when I've made running playlists in the past, I would keep things on similar tempos. You don't adhere to that?
I don't think about it. It's good.
Okay.
It's about emotion for me. It's about emotion.
Sometimes Tuck doesn't listen to anything when he's running.
That's true, too.
Just silence.
That's pretty wild. That might be
like a little.
like just like the sound of your heartbeat and your breathing.
Okay, we're all getting canceled today. We're all getting canceled.
No, that's commendable. That's cool.
God.
No, you just gotta listen to the reality. As we said, the true sound
You
of
got to be present. The true sound of
true ambience.
ambience is just the sound of reality.
If I'm gonna try to
Sorry,
attempt
Brian.
to run, there's gonna be some Doja Cat. I hate.
Oh yeah,
I
you
hate
got
to
to be
disappoint.
busting it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna run.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll
but
run to heroin. Then.
this is something I might
I could
cry
run to
to
Yeah, absolutely.
on the
I
way
think-
home from work.
This is more of a scream for me. I think.
This is
than
a
cry.
scream?
Like it's definitely a good drive-in song.
It's
Just
a
like,
release though.
big
It's just got like those
Clipper ship.
super vibey background. Like it's just like
Yeah,
so.
and then as it builds up each time, it's just so hype. Like it, but also just like the emotions are so high. Like
It's
I
a
could
very
definitely cry
rich
to this
song,
as well.
like-
Rich and raw, baby.
yeah,
this is like
exactly.
uncooked
the
pasta
kingdom.
with a cream sauce. Rich and raw.
This is uncooked pasta with a
Double
cream sauce.
canceled.
Yeah, God cancels me. I thought that
This
was
is
a reasonable
my
bit.
favorite. My favorite line is, "I wish I was born 1,000 years ago,
wish I
and
had
sailed the darkened seas on a great big clipper ship from this land here to that." In
On a
big
sailor's suit and cap.
I do wish that. We all feel that sometimes.
Yeah, we all do feel that.
Yeah. Wouldn't that
Honestly,
be a simpler
though-
life? I'd be bad at it, but it would be
To be
simple.
a sailor on a
I
ship.
could, yeah.
That would
Anything
be
like
so bad.
anything
Yeah,
real
that's-
back in the day. I couldn't have ever
Anything
done.
that takes like actual
Yeah,
work.
no, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah, I
In
completely
theory,
agree.
good.
There was another thing from the documentary. I'll just keep bringing it up.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
good,
yeah,
it's
go.
good.
Where,
But
where
it-
can we
it
find
was
this
like-
documentary?
Apple TV Plus. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like actually shout out Apple TV Plus.
Code
Shout
Hunks.
out I think
Code Hunks.
Todd Haynes. Like this is
Right.
another reason for them to be canceled. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy who made Joker. Like the film Joker is the same guy who directed this movie.
Drop this.
Yeah, you can.
So like I like
Oh my
not
God.
like the best
I
supporter.
mean, yeah. So there was
But basically, they're on the documentary. There was like an acoustic version of Heroin from years before this album, of like, and it just doesn't hit the same at all. Like it's still really
Weird.
good, but like with all these like crazy sound effects and
Yeah.
how insane it goes.
it's a whole vibe.
And I'll tell you, this was the part that I was playing as my friend was
is
struggling.
pure
Just like
vomit music.
like this is like brain melding music if you're in that state.
There's a good Lou Reed like live album that dropped, I think this last year.
Yeah.
And there's a cool Heroin version.
Oh,
The
yeah.
band does. I don't even. It's just like his band, but they do some pretty interesting stuff.
I'm interested.
For those interested. Man.
All the dead bodies piled up in mounds.
Iconic voice. Oh. See, they were. I don't know. They were political. I mean, they were like. Whatever.
No, they were
Maybe
noted, they were leftists.
Yeah,
like during,
maybe
during
they
their
had
time.
blind
to be
spots,
clear, but like
yeah.
I don't disagree that there was certainly Andy Warhol is a noted misogynist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and as
absolutely.
is Lou Reed, but
It was
67, man.
I mean,
67.
everybody was a misogynist.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
was
mean
a
that's
misogynist.
genuinely true.
And like
world
honestly,
was a
you know,
misogynist.
I look at like like Talking Heads, like Nirvana, like Brian Eno, those people that are influenced by them. They're
Yes.
not influenced by like their racism
Agreed.
and
But like someone
their
like
misogyny.
Morrissey was like
Someone Morrissey
Morrissey-
like really adopted.
I fucking hate Morrissey. Tomatoes.
Morrissey took to it.
I
No, I'm
like.
kidding.
People still listen to Smiths. I can't do it. Like I
Wow.
really can't. Like
It's kind of cringe. Like
it's like it's difficult to. It's
I just-
impossible for me to
like
listen
shut the
to.
fuck up.
Okay, I mean to be fair,
Johnny,
Johnny, I just think Johnny Marr is a king. I love Johnny Marr. I think
like as a guitarist.
as a
love Johnny
guitarist,
Marr,
and
yeah.
he's a big runner. I swear to God, there's some
Bold.
stories. No, Johnny Marr. There's nothing wrong with Johnny Marr. Johnny Marr hates
Johnny Marr.
Morrissey.
Yeah.
So,
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And that's the music.
Johnny Marr was in Modest Mouse.
Yeah, exactly. Morrissey's just moaning over the song, but whatever. I get it.
No, but what I'm saying is that like the sounds were really like influential and groundbreaking at the time.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
from the doo-wop that he was singing to this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah.
No, it's crazy that that's like 1967 is the year that they are making this
That is-
music.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
To me, it's like this was always like going to be heard. Like it's strange that it didn't.
Yeah,
Like,
at
in
its
its
time.
time, like-
yeah, I mean, at its time, it just didn't fit. Like, it was the
Yeah.
counterculture to the counterculture.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm glad that like it worked. You know, like people are here. We're hearing this 55 years later. It's
Yeah.
and now let's jump
great.
into There She Goes Again, a song about a prostitute. Which we kind of talked
love
about this.
this
We talked about Morrissey over the end of Heroin, but that's like almost the best part of the song. Is like
yeah.
how the
Oh,
full
the
build.
crescendo.
Yeah. Thank God that I just don't care. Yeah.
That's an incredible song.
And now back to the doo-wop, kinda. All right, let's cut. What you were talking about a Nirvana song that we were gonna cut to?
So it's She Comes Now. Here She Comes Now.
So this was directly inspired by this song.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Interesting. Wait, there's a Velvet Underground song called "Here She Comes Now."
It's a radio cover.
Oh,
Interesting.
shit.
I don't
Yeah.
know that song.
Yeah, I don't know that one
So-
either.
White Light, White Heat.
Demonstrated their love for Lou Reed.
Yeah. Cobain liked
Wow.
Blue.
Yeah, I could have guessed that one. Honestly, yeah, you didn't. Oh, okay.
He's like
It's
fully
very,
He's going
like,
full Lou Reed on
channeling
here.
Lou.
Yeah.
very
Oh,
nice.
this. I haven't heard this Kurt with this kind of vocal style. Actually, that's sick.
This is on the deluxe edition of. Never mind.
I thought you
It
were not
works with
gonna.
his voice though, honestly.
I love it.
It's cool. You want to hit the original?
Yeah, I feel like I must know
I
this
mean,
song.
White
'cause
Light, White Heat.
I've got White Light, White Heat on vinyl, baby.
We listened to this on an airplane once.
Oh my god, that's the worst music listening experience
that is
ever.
horrible.
Airplane headphones from the airplane, like the TV on the airplane.
Yeah.
It's so crunchy.
It was
horrible.
so crunchy.
At 10,000 feet.
At 10,000 feet, and they just have White Light, White Heat downloaded on these airplane TVs for
That's
no
so
reason.
crazy.
It's like they
Why
want you to have a
that
horrible
album?
Yeah,
experience.
but I listened to the whole album straight up, and I was like, it was disgusting.
They also had a Mac DeMarco, which was a much more chill vibe.
Oh
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one.
It's very like
I mean,
Mac DeMarco
like-
and Velvet Underground.
sus.
I mean, I just think like if you're at 10,000 feet,
It's
and
a good thing to chill
it's-
out.
I'd rather have Mac.
You don't think
than-
like what?
To me, White Light, White
White
Heat
Light
is
is a
like
little stressful.
that's like the feeling I have already on an airplane. Like I don't need that.
I need to do it
More,
all over
yeah.
again. Here she
But-
comes now. My
It's
favorite one
nice.
off White Light, White Heat is I don't know what the song's called, but I mean, Lady Godiva's Operation is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But I also like the one right before it where it's like a short story about like someone shipping themselves in
Sister
a
Ray?
box. No, it's not
Oh,
Sister
The
Ray
Gift,
either.
The
It's
Gift.
The Gift, yeah.
That's
but
so crazy.
Sister Ray,
Sister Ray's a
like but
classic.
White Light, White Heat. Play White Light, White Heat real quick. We'll do the
Title
we'll
track?
do something. Yeah, this song is such a banger.
Actually, we can do this album next year.
Next year, we'll do it next year. White Heat.
It's got kind of that like doo-wop.
Yes,
50s.
but just even fuzzier.
It's so fuzzy. This album.
Fuzzy. All right, we can jump back to the correct album now.
Cool stuff. Just learning.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, so for all of you people who like Nirvana, and all of you people who like stuff that only happened because of Nirvana,
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
because of the
Yeah.
Velvet Underground.
because of
Yeah.
the Velvet Underground.
Which is crazy.
Don't
I
come
mean,
for
like,
King Lou.
Not all of it, obviously.
Of course, but
yeah.
No,
I mean, like
it's,
you could definitely make arguments like, oh, people would have made these sounds anyways, or shit like that. But like, Velvet Underground were before their time.
Yeah, definitely. And like, you know, we should acknowledge they probably stole some of the sounds that they heard from like other cooler
that's absolutely fact.
black people.
That's definitely.
It's always the case.
Like
that's the real beginning of
all
rock
genres
music.
of
That
music.
is not super.
So it's
tears in my eyes.
without a doubt
It's good stuff. I mean, it's
stuff.
and it like
a starting point for lots
Yes,
of different
definitely.
things.
This one makes me want to do like the typical
Your ass is
'60s like Pulp
Like
Fiction like.
twist.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing it right because I have a microphone in my hand.
Yeah.
How do you
You stand
twist?
up and you like keep your knees together,
How do
keep
you
your
do the
feet
Pulp
together.
Fiction twist?
I think you like, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
the floor
good
needs
footage.
to be.
That's good.
I know.
Yeah.
I
We
like
have to
don't have
have our
I have
socks
very
off.
little space.
It
Oh, you do have to
definitely-
take your shoes off. That's
Yeah.
so true.
It makes me
That's
want to be in like
what,
a Dirty Dancing, like sweaty, like just
Yes.
dance hall.
Hell yeah.
I'd love to. This
Yeah,
will be your mirror.
The Velvet Underground shows that were going on in this period were all put on by Andy Warhol, and basically he would put up like 3 movie screens in a room with different films playing, and as well as have the Velvet Underground playing, and then also just flashing lights everywhere.
That's so.
Just like where they're barely the main attraction. Like they're just
Yeah.
part of the thing.
It's an interesting concept, I guess.
It's very interesting, but it's like
Kind of extra.
disrespectful to the music a little bit. Like
Yeah.
a concert is almost always enough
Like
for me.
movies with
That's-
sound.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
okay,
It was just pictures.
Because that's kind of
It's
dope. I mean,
really
that is cool, but
overstimulating.
I think,
though.
yeah,
like I
like-
would have, my brain. If I lived in the '60s and this was happening to me, I would have been like,
I would not have been able to hang.
No.
Simple as that. Like
Yeah.
I would not have been able to hang
On
back then.
acid.
On acid, like oh my god, guys, I'm kind of scared. I need to
Yeah.
go home.
I think I might puke.
This Lou Reed guy's making me super uncomfortable. I need to go home.
I actually hate Lou Reed's vibes. The
Yeah.
vibes are not good.
I don't know. That whole like scene, I don't know. It's a little much for me sometimes. Just like art for the sake of art. Like you have to make it scary and
Yeah.
like uncomfortable.
But also, we
But-
love Suicide in 1977 because they were doing crazy shit on the synthesizers.
Yes, we do.
We
I
did
mean, the band name is Suicide. They're allowed to
It's
make
true.
it scary, you know?
It's true.
Like,
We saw
But it's
last
hopeful
night.
music.
The 3 of us saw Soft Kill here in Reno, and Tucker and I both looked at each other at one point and we're like, "Oh, they like Suicide." You
There
can
was
tell.
one Alan Vega scream.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one where it's like, "He likes Suicide." We can tell. It's how it's doing.
Nah, we'll
I love it.
yeah, we are Suicide in a sense. We've talked about this. We are
We are the duo of
we
Suicide.
are Alan and Merton. Yeah,
Yes.
reincarnated.
Are we closer to Lou and John?
I mean, it's both. It's both.
really both.
We're also Arab Strap.
We're also the boys in Arab Strap, whose names I can't quite remember. Here's another one of the
Nico
Nico
sounds
tracks
great.
on here. Yeah, she's just so weird sounding.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like so like wailing almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in a good, I don't know, in a good way. But like I don't know if I would need that on every song
Yeah.
either. Like I get it.
No, it's sort of not. I don't know. It's like it's unlike anything else. I feel like I've heard someone describe it as like not quite human. Like, it's just
no,
it's
she
strange.
could definitely be an alien. Maybe she wasn't
Yeah.
racist. She was just like humanist. Like she just didn't fuck with humanoids. Like she's from another planet.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
She did compare black people to animals a couple of times in literal interviews with
But
journalists.
she had a beautiful voice.
But her voice was so unique.
Fans of Nico also like John Cale and Suicide.
Period.
Scott Walker.
And Scott Walker.
Love that so much.
Scott Walker is another one of the
King.
weird ass voice.
No, but I was just gonna say like that Chelsea Girl album is really good too.
Yeah, These Days is an all-time
yeah,
track.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
talk about Wes Anderson core.
The
Like that song
ultimate.
is the ultimate Wes Anderson core.
It's funny that you keep saying Wes Anderson core because, funnily enough, there are no black people in Wes Anderson movies.
That absolutely adds up. That is.
I mean, just a lot of like yellow,
that's
white.
Yeah, just a lot of like pink and like colors like this.
I don't know if that's true though. That
Peachy
isn't true.
flush.
But
I mean,
I
It's
understand.
not.
They're not any main
It's a
characters. They're not
TikTok
main
trend
characters,
even
so, like-
to talk about how few black people are in Wes Anderson.
It is. No,
Yeah.
people
It's
are
definitely
like,
fair.
I would not exist in a Wes Anderson
Yeah,
film.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
And
but
they always
so
get me
true.
every single time because it seems like they're gonna come out in a new outfit or whatever, but then they just
Blank.
disappear.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'll throw a TikTok up on the screen as well. An example talk.
No, this is fair criticism. Yeah, that's good.
I guess the article I was reading too said that she hated Chelsea Girl because her producer added the flute after she recorded it.
Fucking asshole.
Oh, I know. Everyone was like, "I'm so sorry about that. It's so fucking terrible."
I'm so sorry.
And that's when her career took a nosedive, actually, because of the flute.
Shit.
Yeah.
Here's the Black Angels death song.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
I can't even tell. This is giving me some sort of like, I don't know, whatever. Just that like that string, like
Yeah,
distorted
that's
string.
So that's
definitely
Kale.
John. That's definitely
That's
John
Kale.
on
That's
the
Kale.
fucking viola.
Absolutely.
Just ripping. That's why
Love
like
that.
Lou Reed gets definitely a lot of the credit, but John Cale like
No,
Makes
without
someone
Many
I
of
need
the
to dive
noise,
into more.
yeah.
Yeah, like he's just like a legend of noisy ass music.
without it, it's like a whole different thing.
It's a whole different
It's
thing.
much less.
Like
Has
if
much
you
less depth.
took
I guess.
Lou Reed and put it to a banjo, I probably wouldn't listen to it, to be honest. Like you could do it,
Yeah,
like with the same like.
No, exactly what I was saying about that Heroin like acoustic version. Like,
No, yeah.
Lou Reed is a great songwriter. Like he's a visceral songwriter.
Even like
but
his voice right there for a second, I was like, if this was on acoustic guitar, like it would sound like Dylan, but it wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
sure.
it could go in that direction too.
Why did you have to bring up Bob Dylan? Now I have to
another
say
noted,
the quote.
noted asshole.
No, Bob Dylan, Lou Reed famously called an anti-Semitic slur in an interview.
To Bob Dylan.
Jesus
Called him
Christ.
a pretentious slur.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, really. I wasn't. But you
That
brought up Bob
that
Dylan,
adds up.
so-
I can't imagine that they were on the same side as Dylan in the 60s.
No.
Or
Absolutely
Dylan in
not.
the movies, for that matter.
I mean, they were at the end of the day, they were all assholes. I think Dylan was a dick too.
It's fair.
But I was just to say like the John Cale discography. I mean, like Paris 1919 is a great song.
Yes.
Which is like I don't
That
know.
record as well. That's
But
the only,
it's
the only
fun.
one I've really listened to.
But the Brian Eno, John Cale, Wrong Way Up is fun. Spinning Away is an incredible song. You know
Yeah,
that song.
that song
That song's
fucks.
really
Okay,
good.
yeah, I'll need to dive in.
Yeah.
Spinning Away,
Spinning
Brian
Away is
Eno.
really good. But yeah, interesting stuff.
What is that sound? That literally sounds like a fog machine going on.
Yeah.
How long is this one? Is this the
3 minutes.
just a 3 minutes? Okay, yeah, European Sun
Yeah,
is
it's
the
the long
longer
one.
one of the two.
I don't know. This again, it has like that European like old timey vibe.
Old timey vibes
Yeah.
mixed with just like grunginess
Yeah.
and Lou Reed's weird raspy
I don't know what
voice.
he's even talking
Trying
about.
to
in this song.
lose. He really does. He sounds like he's doing a little Bob Dylan.
Yeah. No, to be
impersonation on
honest,
this one,
yeah.
actually.
Chi-chi-I.
Chi chi chi, kate to.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Choose to choose.
You split didactics in two. Yeah, that's
And if
super Dylan.
Epiphany's terror reduced you to shame, have your head bobbed and weaved. I don't know. This
Babe,
one
what does that mean?
What does that mean,
Like,
Lou?
I'm so curious.
What is-
exactly?
You know, I consider myself pretty good at like
No,
critically
it's-
analyzing
Okay, I mean,
text.
Epiphany's
and, like,
terror reduced you to shame. So it's like a realization. Like you have an epiphany. It's like a horrible
It's horrible,
realization
sure,
about
yeah.
And
yourself.
then you're just falling in shame.
Have your head bobbed and weaved. You have to choose a side. If the stone glances off, split didactics in two. Now that
this was a poem.
You know this was a poem.
Patti
that
Smith was involved. Yeah, I don't know.
My boy, you could take accountability.
Absolutely.
It's the easy
choose
answer.
to choose. Choose to lose. This one just sounds like a fucked up Bob Dylan song.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
had
yeah.
that perspective on it before, but he really
It
sounds
is
like
that, yeah.
choose to choose.
With a cool viola lead.
Yeah, with the ripping
This
viola.
is European Sun.
European Sun is
Seven
such a banger.
8 minutes long.
7 minutes?
7:45.
Oh, you hear that shit?
Oh yeah.
So like cowboy. It reminds me of what is
Also,
that?
just like I could see them picture them wearing like suits in the 50s too, like.
And then those vocals come in. It's no longer
This is
no
the
longer
final
that
track.
anymore.
Final track.
Final track in the album here. We're about only an hour in. We're a goodbye.
You killed your European Sun.
You spit on those under 21.
Yeah.
I was just singing that all day today because I've been listening to this album all day. I was like, you spit on those under 21.
The clowns bid you goodbye.
You better say so long. The clowns bid you goodbye. And then it goes into this absolute insanity.
This is
of
only
an
2
instrumental.
verses.
That's it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
rest
yeah.
of this song just starts storming.
Glass
literally
breaks.
breaking shit.
I love when it breaks and then it just keeps going.
Yep.
Yeah.
I liked a story about John Cale at music school is that he did one performance where he just took an axe to a piano.
What the fuck?
and he was like the lady who was running like the whatever program he was
surf
at
guitars.
was surf guitars of course. But she was walked out of the set as he did that. But he was like, it was all good. We got her drinks after. She was fine.
I bet Warhol went crazy for that.
Yeah, I'm sure once he heard about it, he was like, yes.
I mean, like, that was so, like, radical in those times, though. Like, you're doing the doo-wop and stuff. No wonder they were so obnoxious about it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
To us, it just seems, like, so pretentious and, like, you know, like, just
No, John Cale would pay,
gimmicky,
like, he
artsy.
would do, like, 24-hour performances of, like, the same piano piece, like, the same 30-second piano piece.
Yeah.
Like he did some pretentious-ass stuff, but it wasn't,
like, that's
like, at that
hardcore,
time,
though.
it
That was
wasn't
the
pretentious.
beginning of it,
exactly.
yeah.
It was pioneering. It was.
Yeah.
I can just imagine the live version of a song like this. Like, this version already goes absolutely all over the place, but with them improvising on top of this,
Oh my God.
my brain would just be brain numbing.
I just think like with a song like this is the only version of this exact song.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
We talked yesterday
no way
about
they ever
unique
done
Daniel Johnston albums
Oh,
that he would
yeah.
hand out unique cassettes. Maybe
Same vibe.
It's the same vibe. Like this is this version of the song.
Yeah.
I'm sure they recorded this all together. Like there's no way that this was.
This almost has like a Zeppelin vibe at times.
When is Zeppelin relative to the
71, I think they came out.
Okay.
I
I know they probably didn't.
They
do
probably.
too much.
I bet they heard it.
They
They
heard it.
didn't know. They.
You know, they were at Max's Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to
I'm
Google,
totally wrong.
did Led Zeppelin know
Did
about
Led
the
Zeppelin
Velvet
know the
Underground?
I'm totally wrong. Zeppelin came out in '69. So
Okay.
right, yeah.
So they maybe knew them, but they were like, those guys are fucking lame.
those
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Those guys across the pond.
Yeah.
We famously asked, "Does Drake know the microphones?"
That's our famous question. It's like a stand-in
No.
for like no.
For
It's-
no, it's like equivalent to the statement of no. You could use it as the definition of no.
Yeah.
Does Drake know the microphone? Does Drake know the microphone?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, someone asks you, "Oh, do you want to come to my place tonight?" Does Drake know the microphones?
Yeah.
Like, let's
Absolutely not. But you know
Good.
what's funny? Frank Ocean does know the microphone.
Whoa.
see that adds
tracks,
up.
that
That
tracks.
tracks. Yeah.
You had a microphone's like epiphany recently, didn't you?
I
Not that this matters.
You
at this
had
point.
a tariff epiphany. It brings you shame.
literally, I was like just thinking a lot about the microphones in 2020 and Phil Elveron, and I was like,
Elveron.
I gotta dig deep.
Well, then you hit.
Oh, yeah.
You threw on the glow part 2 and
Yeah.
Transcendent.
And I like,
like,
cried.
Fuck.
It's beautiful. It's a
Hell
beautiful
yeah.
record.
No, that album's amazing. I like anything before it too, for the most part. There's a lot of good stuff.
Shout out the microphones.
Shout out the microphones.
Where would this record be without microphones?
I
Without
mean, he
recording
definitely
equipment?
likes the Velvets. I
Yeah.
mean, Phil Elverum obviously likes the
Elveron.
Velvet
Okay.
Underground.
That's why you
Yeah.
guys
I like Elveron.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That'd be a cooler name, honestly.
Elveron, yeah.
Lord Elveron.
That's
Lord
probably. I think that might be the planet Nico came from. Elveron. I'm pretty sure.
Christ. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe.
I'm happy you took the jacket off so you can flex your tattoo.
Fresh
I know,
tat,
Like,
fresh
everyone.
tat.
like if you can see it from there, it's a fresh ass fucking.
It is
tat.
the
It's
banana
very
from the
sick.
album cover.
Yeah, Andy Warhol, shout out.
Andy Warhol. He is alive and he did this tattoo. He is
Oh
alive.
my god.
We're so dumb and bad at our job.
You
Oh yeah.
literally-
No, I mean like there's some things that I feel like extremely knowledgeable about.
No,
But whether people are alive is not one of them.
People just die every day.
Like they just die. Like what am I gonna do about it?
Not
Like,
Andy Warhol dying in 1982.
If I was like hard pressed, if someone really was like, is Andy Warhol alive? Like I would have realized no.
Probably
Okay,
not.
you know
That
what?
would be
I
my
think
answer.
that I blame myself really because I know that Andy Warhol died because I've seen like that painting about HIV/AIDS that he did that was like cut short because he literally fucking died.
There you go.
From-
Like,
Whoa.
exactly. Like we had a
Immune
moment
deficiency.
of stupidity like as a group. It was mostly my doing.
No, it's cool.
But-
We have our blind spots.
We are
We have-
blind.
You watched the doc.
I watched the
You read the
doc.
Nico articles.
Who's supposed to keep track of fucking
I
Andy
listened
Warhol?
to the,
you know?
the Lou Reed High School album.
You know,
What was that?
actually, it was supposed to be the one that quoted "Call Me by Your Name." No, it said Elio and the last name.
I
You're
didn't
supposed
say
to keep
Elio.
track of
I don't
the
even know
Andy Warhol
Elio's last
references.
name.
Elio Perlman.
That's his last name. That's crazy.
That's
Crazy.
God.
European son.
Oh, we got some nice distortion.
Wow, that's good stuff, man.
That is squeaking.
That's the stuff right there. Take Take that right to the ears.
It was so before its time.
Yeah.
Though. Like,
It's ridiculous. Yeah, we talked about The Doors, which was literally
The same
1
year.
month before this, when this came out.
Also
but they're not
before
doing
its
anything
time.
like this.
Yeah.
Like that album is also like different from the hippie.
Like
flower power
I don't know,
movement,
the
but-
end. Is that what the song's called?
Yeah,
I mean,
that
there's
song
some
is
similar vibes.
Yeah, when Jim Morrison's talking about fucking his own mom.
Yeah, it's pretty
That song is
Oedipus.
fucking ridiculous.
Pretty Oedipus-y. Yeah.
yeah.
But we all.
we
it
all
was a
We all make
different time.
mistakes.
We all make mistakes. Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that sense, though, that I like.
We were writing down our dreams. I guarantee that's
So I was
actually.
with Nico.
Yeah.
He probably had like a fucked up dream.
It's like-
He's like, God damn it.
God damn it, alright. Like I'll make a
I don't
great
know.
song.
People just
Yeah.
took art so seriously back then.
It's so
like it's
true.
just like you don't actually have to make a song about that. Like we're fine with something else.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
I'm
mean?
glad they did though.
I mean,
Like,
sure,
that shit's
sure,
awesome.
sure.
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, nowadays I guess you'd be hard pressed to find like who is taking artists seriously
Yeah.
as Jim Morrison and Lou Reed were back in 1967.
Phil Elverum.
Phil Elverum is absolutely
That's
still
true.
taking art as seriously.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It all comes back around.
Lingua
Weird
ignota.
Al. Lingua ignota.
I think that's the
Yes.
only one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we probably got her name wrong. Ignota?
It's
Lingua?
something like that.
Yeah, the people know.
Never
who
really
we're
listened to a
talking about.
song, but
I tried.
I get the
don't know.
vibes, yeah.
I just couldn't get into it. But like, I still support.
That's a good question, though. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, who's taking music as seriously?
Drake.
Drake's taking it very
Definitely
seriously.
I think Drake. Yeah.
He's like takes music the opposite of seriously. He doesn't give a shit.
I don't know. I think he takes it too seriously.
I think
think
that
so?
he doesn't think about it. I think he just
Yeah, he
gets
doesn't
up there.
care at all.
Yeah, he
I
just
do
gets
think
up
the
there.
sad thing is he does, but it's okay. Nothing but respect.
That's like that. There's an argument to be had right there.
Okay.
Maybe that's an episode, Tucker. We just like
Yeah.
get in disagreement just about Drake. Just talk about Drake for an hour and just disagree.
Yeah.
As long as that's the only episode that you guys do like 15 hours of research on, so we know about Drake's dark childhood.
I would absolutely do the Drake deep dive. I'll watch all of that little TV show he was on.
Oh yeah.
Degrassi?
I'll listen- Degrassi, exactly.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But anyways, good album.
The Velvet Underground and Nico.
A tight 48
To me,
minutes.
this is an S tier album. Like this is like a contender for best album of all time.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
I think it's like the most, maybe like the Loaded is a more listenable album. I don't know. But I don't know. I think it's like the seminal Velvet Underground album. I don't think
absolutely.
that's like a radical thing to say.
You'll find White Light, White Heat people. You'll find
it on a Delta
You'll find
Flight.
self-titled people. You'll find it on a Delta Flight. But I think this one.
It has.
There's something like just like even the imagery of the banana album cover is so special and so memorable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Every single track on here is a standout to me. There's
Yeah.
a few that aren't as good, but I think it's a great album.
Yeah. I don't know. Big fan.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got you in to give us some alternate perspectives and dive into the album too.
No, I think we had a great time.
I haven't listened to the album in full in a long time.
No, I honestly have never listened to it back.
This was one of those ones I've I don't know. I definitely have listened to it a lot, but I found it very early of just like stumbled upon the Velvet Underground and Nico, and so it's like every single one of these songs is like so memorable for me.
Yeah, some like absolute classic songs on here. Some very strong
Femme Fatale, like
oh yeah.
I've heard that one so many times, and it like still is very like I don't know,
It's
visceral.
lots of different vibes,
But then,
like from Sunday morning
hearing
to
it-
European Sun.
Yeah, like European Sun. Holy God, what an outro!
That's crazy.
Hang on, yo, European Sun. You spit on those under 21. Sorry about that.
No, it's
Forgot you guys were
Amen. Amen.
no. I would just
Amen, sister.
Heroin, Femme Fatale,
there. Heroin's such
Sunday Morning, like just some real classics, and I think this album like kind of gives the full scope of.
I think
Velvet
my
Underground.
favorite thing that you said before pod was the album, the music holds up better than the people do.
Yeah,
That's certainly
literally.
true, but like this album like really holds up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
Don't overthink
artistically
it. Don't
beautiful.
overthink it.
You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
very like maybe they're not like
Experimental.
actively thinking about everything, but they were putting their fucking hearts into
Absolutely,
it. And
like
very much.
they were
shows.
making $0,
and they
but
were making
they were loving
exactly
it.
$0.
Exactly $0. I think that's why it's so good though, because
I
they
mean-
weren't
that-
making any money.
That's
like,
facts.
I mean, that radio host didn't play Lou Reed's song, and they laid down.
Ever since he just had to resent
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
He
He
needed
was-
to be better.
Yeah, he was punished for it by the formation of Velvet Underground.
But yeah, excellent stuff. I think why don't we go to "Spinning Away" by Brian Eno and John Cale.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
It's a classic,
Hell yeah.
a classic track. These drums sound
Kale
good.
appreciation.
Wild, yeah.
post.
Kale appreciation post.
Kale, this is a Kale appreciation podcast.
I wish I was in
right here.
Paris in 1919. I don't know.
to be in Paris in
But
19, man.
thanks to Abby for joining us.
Thank you so
It
much.
was excellent to get your perspective.
This was very fun. I had a good time.
I think
What do we do at the end of a pod? Do we like?
We play it out with the music. Yeah, we cheers mics. Exactly.
Cheers,
It's just
everyone.
horrible audio.
And yeah, thank you for coming through. I
Yeah.
think we
And
touched
for
on a
all-
lot of things.
Any Hunkheads who are still here, thank you for listening. Subscribe. Do your thing. Bang that fucking like button with the like the button to pieces. Like
Yeah.
the button on fire.
Smash
Yeah.
that.
Smash that motherfucking like
Yeah.
button.
Our Ashton broke.
Sorry about that, you guys. I think I came unplugged.
But thanks for listening and sleep well.
Yeah,
Good night.
have a good night. And I'll
we love
see you
much.
Sunday morning.
Spin away for a moment.
With all this we talk, and we can all go take a walk, take a walk, take a walk, take a walk.